Hello. So we're going to paint this picture. So I don't know exactly when I painted this, but I kept it even though I was never going to sell it because there's just something about it that's beautiful. I think I think that I left the sky just white makes the whole image really powerful. I'm not sure though that I'm going to do that with this painting today though, but that's just a thought to bear in mind. You know, sometimes you get these cloudy days and white skies. Then in the future I might do a sky like this but with a touch of blue or a touch of grey at the edges, but maintain that pure whiteness because I do think it makes this a powerful painting. The other thing that I really liked was these trees in the distance or bushes. I just think the texture is great. Then I love the grass and how it looks, and also these trees, these autumn trees. And then finally, I thought this surface was really beautiful, and especially these touches of blue like this, which I think comes from doing splatter on a wet surface, on a wet wash. So we're going to do something similar. Another important point is in this one, my sky space is quite small, but here, and my land space is quite large. But here I did the opposite. I made the sky bigger and the ground smaller. Now I still think it works, but I also think this one works as well. So I think in the one I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a small sky and have more space for the land. But you can also do it the other way. And I think it looks great. Maybe you can see here, I went a bit crazy with the grass. And I'm really happy about that. So the way you get this fantastic effect is by first of all you put your paint on, your green and your brown and whatever, and then you get pure water on a liner brush and you go over like this, and that's how you get this amazing effect. And I think it is a good idea to overdo it and take it too far, because you'll learn so much, and I think it just looks good. It just looks really interesting. And then the sky was a very, very light wash using something like yellow ochre and I think maybe a bit of alizarin crimson. And I like that a lot. And then a very light blue wash here. So that worked out pretty well. And then I had another go, and this time again with this sky, this lovely contrast of a warmish yellow and a cool purplish blue. And then at the bottom here I did a kind of warmer colour, even a bit orange here. And I did a bit of splatter here for leaves, and I like that. I think this is a painting that has great potential. Like, I think I can do 4 or 5 different kinds of paintings just from this one scene. And I also did some splatter here, and I added a figure, which I think helped. Maybe these trees are too big, I don't know, but quite like it. And I added a lot more colour here to the grass, and I like that. And then finally, I didn't really finish this picture, but I just had another go. I moved the figure. That's basically all I did. And maybe I added a few more trees. So I think this one is not so good as the other ones. I think one of the reasons is these two trees are almost parallel, and that just doesn't work very well. If you look at this, it works better because of these two trees, one of them being dominant and one of them not so dominant, and that really makes a big difference. But that's one reason why it's good not to do just one painting but do a series, because even though they might get worse, I mean, when you look at these paintings you might think that they're actually getting worse than the original one, and that might actually be true, I think. But the thing is, you learn why. So I learned, for example, the reason why maybe this painting just works so well is like the sky is just pure white, and that's just very powerful. And also this slight one tree being more dominant than the other, although that's only slightly more dominant, it still is a bit more dominant, and they're a bit smaller than in the other paintings, and that works. And then of course this blue thing here works really, really well. I think also these colours are much more subtle than the other ones, and I think that works very well too. But you don't have to stick to that, and I'm not going to stick to that in the painting I'm going to do today. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the small sky, then the big land. I'm going to make one of these trees a bit more bigger and the other one a bit smaller. And I think I'm going to be a bit more colourful, just a bit more colourful with the grass. And I think I'm going to do a colourful sky. And one thing I'm going to try and do is get this touch of blue here. I'm not sure if I can do it. And it might even be that I use cerulean blue. And in this video, we're only using, or lesson, we're only using 4 colours and 4 brushes. Might even only be 3 brushes. So in that case, I won't use cerulean blue. And also I'll be adding a figure. Now, it is difficult adding a figure because I think when I look at this, it's enough. It really is enough. But at the same time, I would like a focal point. So I would like to add a figure. So it's like going to be I'm going to have to think about where to put the figure because I don't want it competing. I think this is the best example. So I think I'm going to have to be careful not to have the figure too close to a tree, not too close. And maybe I'm going to have this not so far out because I want you to see his shadow clearly and not to have it cut off by the grass. So that's something very important. So this is kind of an introduction to the video and what you'll learn in the video. But even if you just watch this, I hope it will help you to understand how to plan your paintings and how to make a good composition and how you're going to go about painting it and making a great painting. Because this kind of stuff is really, really important. So, if you're ready for a lesson, now we're going to go and paint this picture and have a lot of fun.